Ready to get the fit body of your dreams? Welcome to the FITBODY podcast. I'm Julie Laurie, an IFBB fitness pro, certified personal trainer, and nutrition coach. Back in 2004, I created one of the world's first online personal training programs and have helped thousands of women transform their bodies and their lives online ever since. I've been featured in fitness magazines worldwide and even competed on American Ninja Warrior. But my passion is helping women love both how they look and how they feel through balanced workouts and healthy eating. Welcome to the FITBODY podcast. So today I am really excited to talk about a topic that I get questions on frequently. What is the difference between aerobic and anaerobic exercise? And when should we use either one of those? So let me tell you first, it's all about getting to know your body. When we work out, we're not just burning calories and building muscle. We're discovering what our bodies are capable of, and that's pretty darn empowering. You know what else is empowering? Knowing the ins and outs of the different types of exercises that you can do. When you understand the nuances, you can really optimize your fitness routine. Okay, so get ready to supercharge your workouts because we're going to dive deep into the benefits of aerobic and anaerobic exercise. So let's start first by really understanding what these terms mean. You may have heard the term aerobic thrown around when it comes to fitness, but what exactly does that mean? Well, aerobic training refers to exercises that are designed to improve your cardiovascular system by increasing your heart rate and your breathing rate. The term aerobic actually means with oxygen, which makes sense because when we exercise, we need oxygen to fuel our muscles. So in essence, aerobic exercise helps build a stronger heart by making it work harder and more efficiently. Now, you might wonder what types of exercise fall under the category of aerobic. Basically, any exercise that requires sustained effort and consistent output can be considered aerobic. There are two subgenres of aerobic exercise, high impact and low impact. With low impact aerobics, those are less intense and they don't require as much energy output. So things like walking or cycling, swimming. Low impact activities like these are easier on your joints and don't require the kind of bouncing that you might do with some kind of high impact aerobics. So with high impact, those are more intense. So things like running or sprinting or jumping rope. You're still going for a sustained period of time, but with a high impact aerobic activity, you're having a bit more of the bouncing movements, things that are going to be a little bit harder on your body, a little harder on your joints. So as the name suggests, aerobic exercise is all about using oxygen to improve your health. When we breathe during exercise, our muscles receive the oxygen they need to function and move, putting our heart health to the test. You might hear people refer to aerobic exercise as cardio, which simply means exercises that target the heart. The benefit of aerobic exercise, well, there's a lot of them, but the most significant ones are that they lower your risk of heart disease, and reduce blood pressure, increase your good cholesterol, helps with weight loss, and it can help you maintain a lower resting heart rate. One of the measures that I have my online training clients do with our fit test every 4 weeks is that I have them measure their resting heart rate. And I'm looking for that to be decreasing over time, which tells me that their cardiovascular endurance is improving. One of the great things about aerobic exercises is it really just takes so many different forms. So running, walking, cycling, you can choose activities that you enjoy. We're just looking for a consistently elevated heart rate, staying in the same kind of range to where you can still talk during exercise, maybe not carry on long conversations, but we're making sure that you are breathing consistently and getting lots of oxygen in your lungs. Okay, so let's talk a bit about anaerobic exercise. So unlike aerobic, which focuses on cardiovascular health, anaerobic exercises are all about short bursts of intense activity. They rely on energy sources other than oxygen, like glucose, to really power our bodies. So what are some examples of anaerobic exercise? Most often, you're going to find them with things like strength training and weightlifting. Think of those big exercises like bench press or deadlift, squats, exercises that really put your body to the test. There's also one of my favorite ways of working out, which is high intensity interval training, or HIIT, H-I-I-T. And that's a form of exercise that involves short bursts of intense exercise followed by periods of rest. So you're alternating between really high intensity and lower intensity. During those intense periods, your body is primarily in an anaerobic state. So anaerobic metabolism is what's needed to produce that energy. This is because the intensity of that exercise is so high, the body really can't keep up with the demand for oxygen to fuel it. So instead, it taps into the glycogen, it taps into your ATP, and it generates energy without the use of oxygen. Anaerobic metabolism is really characterized by the production of lactic acid, which can cause muscle fatigue and, a little bit of discomfort. But the rest periods in HIIT allow your body to recover and clear that lactic acid from the muscles. And that's going to allow you to repeatedly do the bouts of high intensity exercise. So really hard for a short period of time, followed by a period of recovery. HIIT, of course, by nature involves both aerobic and anaerobic metabolism, but those intense periods where you're really relying on your anaerobic metabolism, it's a great way to improve your fitness, your strength, and your power. On that note, there really are several benefits that you gain when you do anaerobic exercise or those activities. As you might imagine, the strength training can help build and preserve muscle mass, strengthen your bones, and reduce injury risk. But one of my favorite things about anaerobic exercise is that it taps into those stored fats and carbs that it needs to power your workouts. So these kind of activities have been shown to burn fat and improve our performance. Additionally, the more muscle mass you gain with anaerobic exercise, the more fat you're going to burn even when your body is at rest. So more muscle equals more calories burned. Bonus. So what's the real difference between these two types of exercise? At the end of the day, it boils down to how your body fuels itself while performing the activity. With aerobic exercise, breathing and oxygen are absolute key. With anaerobic, your body is drawing from the supply of stored energy from glucose, carbs, fats, and protein. But what really matters is what you want to get out of it. It's recommended that you balance both. So when I'm working with a woman online, I balance in both strength training with aerobic cardio type activity. And we'll go back and forth between the two depending on what her needs are. So there you have it. Aerobic and anaerobic exercise they might be some big words and they have scientific explanations, but at the end of the day, it's really about finding what works best for you and for your fitness goals. Whether you prefer to sweat it out in a spin class or crush some HIIT workouts, keep moving and keep having fun with your exercise routine. If you need help figuring out how to balance your workouts, drop me a line and I'd be happy to help. Okay, thank you so much for joining me for this episode of the FITBODY podcast, and I look forward to talking with you next time. Thank you for joining me on the FITBODY podcast. Looking forward to sharing more health and fitness information with you soon. Want more information about my online personal training for women or the world's best supplements and protein powder? Check out fitbody.com for more info.